What's up, YouTubes? So I've been given the task of changing the motor on this Spark Spikes electric bike. Basically changing the motor means changing the back wheel. No idea how to do this. This is not an instructional video. This is just, can I do it? Let's see what happens. Looks like it's fairly straightforward. I think my biggest concern right now is, will the tire come off easily? I only have bicycle tire levers, but I need bigger ones. Let's just get straight to it, see what we can do. Okay, so the first thing I've done here, I was going to turn it upside down, but I figured we'd try it with a jack. So I've put a jack right down under the bottom bracket. First of all, I'm going to disconnect and take off the battery, then start to take off the wheel with an 18mm wrench. So for this side, looks like I'm going to have to use a standard wrench. And first of all, this is already loose. I'm going to see if I can disconnect the power. There we go, pulls right out. And we will cut the zip tie. We might take off the derailleur guard, just to make it easier to get into. Might remove the fender as well, just so I can get the wrench in there. Zip tie. Remove the plastic cover. Remove the derailleur guard. Same 4mm. So now I'm going to use a 3/4 inch wrench, which I don't think is the right size, but I don't have the right size, to remove this bolt without the bike falling over. And there's 2 washers, and then it looks like it just drops right down, even has a derailleur hanger. Okay, so I've gone ahead and turned the bike upside down. It was just too wobbly on the axle jack, so just trying to protect the buttons and shifters on the handlebars. And let's see if the wheel will come off. Try it now. So the bolts are out. Let's see if it's just like a bicycle. So it's clear on this side. Looks clear on this side. I presume this is just stuck. Let's try some penetrating oil in here. And on this side. Okay, so after a lot of banging on with the axle underneath, banging up, I managed to get it loose. And out the wheel comes. And next, to remove the disc brake using a Torx bit driver. Okay, so we managed to get off the disc brake. A couple of the bolts were threaded, so I'm going to have to go get some new set of those and clean up the disc brake that was kind of rusty. The tire came off surprisingly easy. Had a big tire lever, but didn't even take much pressure. So right now I'm going to get the new bolts for the disc brake, and then we'll start assembling the new wheel and putting in the new tire. Okay, so I got a few new Torx bolts from the local bike shop. So thank you to Sportchek, give me a few of those. So now it's time to put on the trusty old disc, and then we'll give it a little bit of a clean up afterwards. Looks super dirty here, but the actual rim is okay. Slowly first. Okay, tire all installed. So let's go take the zip tie off here. Okay, it looks like we got the tire in after a bit of force. I believe this section goes on top from what I recall from the last one. So now we can put the nut and bolt on here. Just loosely for now. And on this side, we need to remove this little cap so I can get to that bolt. Let's see if we can do that. There we go, got it. Start screwing that in. Okay, the wheel looks fairly centered. Start tightening up the 2 bolts. Okay, that looks okay. Now we can put back on the fender screw. Okay, so fender is on, derailleur protector is on. Okay, so I think we got it done. Sorry, it wasn't a very good informational video. A few issues, but the wheel is on and it's turning backwards, which it wasn't before, so that's a good sign. So let's flip it over, put the battery in, see what happens. I think these are all the same size, so we'll just try and... Oh, white line, there you go. That's it, good to know, white line. So we'll leave this off just now, we'll tidy that up later. Let's turn it over, put the battery in, see if it starts up. Yeah. Okay, so now allegedly, if you turn it on, press the throttle, it should move. So let's see. Power is good on there. Power on. Woo! We've got some action. Alright. Let's try to get the cables at the back, put some zip ties on. I am going to look at the front brake in a little bit, but let's just take it out for a test drive. It works.